If you are over 60, this may matter more than you think. Some foods that look healthy on the label can quietly put extra stress on your kidneys, especially if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, swelling, or take several medicines each day. And here is the part that worries me most. Kidney problems often build slowly. You may feel mostly normal while your kidneys are already working harder than they should. Today, I want to walk you through a few so-called healthy foods that might be damaging your kidneys, what many people miss, and one very common kitchen swap that surprises almost everyone. As we get older, our kidneys do not always filter as strongly as they once did. That does not mean something is wrong right away. It simply means the margin for error gets smaller. A food that seems harmless at age 35 may be harder to handle at 65, especially if you are also dealing with blood pressure pills, diabetes medicine, pain relievers, or heart problems. That is why kidney health after 60 is not just about avoiding junk food. It is also about spotting hidden strain in foods that are often sold as smart choices. Now this is important. I am not saying these foods are bad for every person. Many of them can fit into a healthy diet for people with normal kidney function. The problem is that older adults are often told to eat more protein, more greens, less salt, and more convenience foods labeled light or healthy. But if your kidneys are already under pressure, those same choices may not work in your favor. That is why lab work, your medicine list, and your doctor's advice matter so much. One of the biggest hidden problems is the word healthy itself. A food can be low fat, high protein, plant-based, or labeled heart smart, and still be the wrong fit for your kidneys. Here's the part many people miss. Kidney stress often comes from things you cannot taste right away, like too much sodium, too much potassium, too much phosphorus, or simply more protein waste than your body can clear well. And the symptoms can be easy to brush off. A little swelling, more fatigue, muscle cramps, feeling itchy, feeling weak, getting short of breath more easily. Those signs deserve attention, not panic, but attention. If this topic is helping you, take a moment to subscribe and tell me in the comments your age, or which food surprises you the most so far. I read those comments closely, and they help me choose what to cover next. And if you have a parent, spouse, or friend trying to protect their kidneys after 60, share this with them. Sometimes one small food change can start a very important conversation. Let's start with a food swap that sounds smart, but can be risky for some people. Salt substitutes. Many older adults switch to salt substitutes to help with blood pressure. That seems reasonable. But many of these products use potassium instead of sodium. If your kidneys are not clearing potassium well, or if you take certain blood pressure medicines, that extra potassium can build up. Too much potassium can affect the heart and muscles. So if you have kidney disease, heart disease, or take medicines for blood pressure or fluid balance, do not assume a salt substitute is safer. Ask your doctor or pharmacist if it fits your situation. The next one may surprise you because it sounds very healthy. Vegan green smoothies and vegetable juices. Spinach, tomato juice, beet greens, and even large amounts of avocado can be rich in potassium. For some people, that is fine. But for others, especially those with kidney disease, these foods can become too much too often. I have seen people feel proud of drinking a large green smoothie every morning, not realizing it may be giving their body more potassium than their kidneys can comfortably handle. If you have ever been told your potassium is high, this is worth a close look. Bananas, oranges, dried fruit, and certain melon drinks can fall into the same gray area. They are nutritious foods, yes. But healthy foods can still be the wrong fit when your kidneys need more support. This is why kidney-friendly eating is not about fear. It is about matching the food to your body. If your labs are normal, you may not need to avoid these foods. But if your doctor has mentioned chronic kidney disease, even mild kidney decline, or rising potassium, portion size and food choice matter more than many people realize. Now let's talk about something a lot of seniors keep in the fridge, because it feels light and easy. Deli turkey, low-fat sliced chicken, canned soups, frozen healthy meals, and packaged broths. These foods are often seen as better than fast food, and sometimes they are. But many are loaded with sodium, and some also contain phosphorus additives that put extra strain on the kidneys. High sodium can worsen swelling and blood pressure. That matters because high blood pressure itself is one of the biggest threats to kidney health after 60. If a food comes from a package and tastes extra savory, there is a good chance your kidneys are doing more work than you think. Here's another one people rarely question. Protein shakes, protein bars, and high-protein meal replacements. Many older adults use them to keep weight on, recover strength, or avoid cooking. And in the right situation, they can help. But more protein is not always better for aging kidneys. Your body breaks protein down into waste, and your kidneys help clear that waste. If your kidneys are already struggling, too much protein, especially from powders and processed bars, may be more than you need. This does not mean you should stop eating protein or stop a nutrition plan on your own. It means this is a smart thing to review with your doctor or a kidney dietitian, especially if you have been told your kidney numbers are changing. There is also another hidden troublemaker in drinks. Dark colas, some bottled teas, flavored waters, and processed drinks with phosphate additives. People often focus only on sugar, but phosphorus matters too. When kidneys do not remove extra phosphorus well, it can affect bones and blood vessels over time. The tricky part is that phosphorus additives can hide in processed foods and drinks, and they may be absorbed by the body more easily than the phosphorus found naturally in whole foods. So a drink may seem harmless because it is sugar-free or low-calorie, while still not being a great choice for weakened kidneys. Now I want to give you one especially practical insight that could save you a lot of confusion at the grocery store. Do not shop by the front of the package. Shop by the ingredient list and the nutrition label. Words like low-fat, high-protein, natural, or immune support do not tell you whether a food is kidney-friendly. Look at sodium. Look at serving size. And if you see ingredients with FARs in the word, that can be a clue that phosphorus additives are inside. You do not need to become a full-time label detective. Just slow down enough to notice patterns. That small habit can give you back a sense of control. There is one more food I want to mention because many people have never heard this warning. Star fruit. It may look harmless, but for people with kidney disease, it can be dangerous. If you have kidney problems, this is not a fruit to experiment with. It is a good example of why health advice from a friend or the internet can be risky when it skips over kidney function. What helps one person may truly harm another. So what should you do instead of feeling afraid of food? Keep it simple. Choose more fresh foods when you can. Be careful with processed meats, packaged soups, and heavily flavored convenience meals. Do not assume salt substitutes are safe. Be thoughtful with protein powders and big daily smoothies if you have kidney concerns. And most of all, ask for clarity. If you are over 60, it is very reasonable to ask your doctor, how are my kidneys doing? Do I need to watch potassium, sodium, phosphorus, or protein? Do any of my medicines change what I should eat? Those are strong questions. Smart questions. Protective questions. Please do not stop a prescribed medicine, change your diet in a major way, or start avoiding whole groups of foods without medical guidance, especially if you have diabetes, heart failure, chronic kidney disease, or take several prescriptions. And if you notice red flag signs like much less urine, severe swelling, chest pain, trouble breathing, fainting, severe weakness, or sudden confusion, get urgent medical help right away. Those symptoms should not wait. I want to leave you with this. Protecting your kidneys after 60 is usually not about one dramatic fix. It is about noticing the quiet things. The label you never read. The shake you drink every day. The soup that seems harmless. The salt substitute sitting right next to the stove. Small changes can make a real difference when they are matched to your body and done with the right medical advice. If you learned something today, stay with me on this journey and share this video with someone you love. And in the comments, tell me which of these foods you want me to talk more about next. Your next step is simple. At your next appointment, ask one direct question about your kidney health. That one question could open the door to safer choices, more energy, and greater peace of mind.